Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you all for joining us over at woodwardsports.com. My God, some things never change. Good morning, Jeff. The hell? Happy Halloween? What are you wearing?
You know what? I decided instead of wearing a costume, I'd represent. See what I have. I have the Draft the Cocaine shirt.
I love you,
limited
buddy.
edition. We had it during this past draft. And the reason why I'm wearing it is because this entire weekend we got to see a lot of draft picks play well. And although I got to bring some positivity because the Pistons did beat the Warriors, Lions lost, the Red Wings won, as usual, per usual. But you had Lucas Raymond play well. You had the two best players on defense, at least in my opinion, Kirby Joseph, Malcolm Rodriguez. Can't wait for the Brad Holmes slander. And then for the Pistons, you had Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, and company play well, Isaiah Stewart. So draft the cocaine is the motto for today. GMs in Detroit, at least they're doing okay. Well, we have to talk about a lot of other things in terms of second half being outcoached.
Where do we start, right? You have a beautiful game on Saturday night where Michigan dominate the football game. They do everything they're supposed to do. And then you have this dark cloud shadowed over that game with what happened in the tunnel after. You have the Lions who, again, I'll get into it in just a minute. But before I really get my blood going and I start getting upset, you just find ways, whether it's scoring 27 in the first half and then nothing in the second half, whether it's an abundance of penalties in the second half, whether it's my mother running onto the field and causing a delay of game, I don't know. But it's always something. Great show lined up today. We'll get to the Dolphins and the Detroit Lions in just a bit. 8:15, Michigan State. We got to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Pathetic. That was the word I used over the weekend. It was just pathetic. Where's the progress? We'll take callers at 8:30. I want you guys all to call in, give your thoughts, not only on the Detroit Lions, but on the Michigan and Michigan State game. We'll talk about some things that made us happy over the weekend. What are you doing for Halloween? You guys can all call in. 9:15, MicroMike will be joining the show. Owen at 9:30 to talk about what happened after the Michigan State game as well. We'll get John Macaroon on tomorrow to go over the Lions. Anthony Broom tomorrow to go over Michigan. Great show lined up today. Great guests lined up tomorrow. I'm excited, but we'll start with the Detroit Lions. Yeah! Congratulations, Detroit. Last season, you started the year 0-7. This year, you've made significant progress under Dan Campbell, and you've started 1-6.
I said a couple weeks ago, it's trending to 1-7. That's what I think it's still going to be. As much optimism as you can have this week against the Packers, you have Aaron Rodgers off a 4-game losing streak. So it is what it is. I think at this point, as a Lions fan, we're used to this. At least people who watch the Lions are. And you got to start looking at the draft. I mean, this is the sad part. Hey, at least the Rams lost too, so that pick gets a little better too.
Oh!
I know you hate hearing it, but that's the reality. You know what's crazy too? I want to say this because I was at the game. I saw Ashton and Cannon. They were there too. So shout out to the Cunningham family. They support all things Detroit. They were there as well, and they got to watch. You're up 27-17. The Lions, boom, boom. For actually all 4 of their first possessions in the first half, they scored on every possession. And then the second half came. And as you guys know, if you're watching the game, this is the second half. These are the possessions the Lions had. It started with the Miami Dolphins. They scored on a touchdown. Punt, downs, end of game. I think the last 3 games, if I'm not mistaken, 48-0 in the second half. The last
46.
46
nothing. 3 consecutive weeks being shut out in the second half. There's just always a comical way for this football team to lose games. TJ Hawkinson opens up the game with a catch for 58 yards. Looking good early. Gets 2 receptions the rest of the game for 22 yards.
This goes back to our point.
Blows my mind. This offense can't run the football. DeAndre Swift, 5 carries, 6 yards. I'm not sure if he's healthy.
No, he's not.
I'm not sure what the hell is going on there. St. Brown did look better. He looked fully fit. That was good to see. But again, 27 points. To get spotted 14 points at home. You were spotted 14 points at home. And you lost. Which you were then outscored 31-13 for the rest of the game. That's what the game was. The 31-13 was more a reflection of your team than you being up 14-0.
Right.
And the sad part is you couldn't even celebrate being up 14-0. You couldn't celebrate a 2-touchdown lead. You couldn't be confident in it because of who the Lions are. Mm-hmm. And Dan Campbell has not changed that. I want to know where the progress is. You guys tell me. Why is Jeff Okudah guarding Braylon Sanders when you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle popping off for 100+ yards? Someone explain that to me. I'm waiting. 4-19-1 as a head coach. 0-11-1 on the road. 46-0 in the last 3 weeks in the second half. Where are the adjustments? Where's the coaching? Whose fault is it today? Aaron Glenn? Whose fault is it? Aaron Glenn? Maybe it's Aiden Hutchinson's fault today. Maybe Ben Johnson. Jared Goff, maybe? Whose fault is it? I want to know. I want to know whose fault is it when your quarterback goes 27-37, 321 yards, he's only sacked once, and you find a way to lose the game. Help me make sense of that, please. Please explain to me how a team that was up 14-0 only runs the ball 19 times. Please explain that to me.
Right.
Please explain to me. This team is so disappointing, so pathetic, and every week it'll be somebody else's fault other than your head football coaches. And that's fine. That's fine. You guys can drag it out all you want. That's fine. I've seen what I've had to see.
Did you see the post-game press conference? I know you were tweeting about it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Was probably...
No.
That was the most frustrating part for me.
You know, if they didn't absolutely suck, maybe if they were worth a shit. I was considering dressing up as Dan Campbell today. I don't even want to have fun with it anymore. It's not fun. This isn't fun. This isn't what you're supposed to be doing. Sitting there scratching your armpit. 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. You just got to keep saying the same message. You just keep saying the same message. You try new things and, you get back up again. You turd. You fucking turd. You loser. You suck at your job. You suck. You are not fit to be a head football coach. And I got to deal with this. Literally 2 years. 2 years. Caught off guard. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years. How about this one? This one was my favorite one. How about this one? Right after the game, Dan Campbell, again, just a source of inspiration for everybody in Detroit. Coming out after the game. I know how close we are, man. It's as frustrating as it is. I know how close we are. It's about those one possessions, man. It's about that one play. You play all game. All the plays are important. You just don't know which one's going to be the most important. You turd. Leave this town, please. I am so over it. I'm so over being told I need to be patient when the guy running your football team is a turd. He doesn't like turds. He's the fucking turd. He should be working at McDonald's, not coaching a professional football team. I need to be patient. Well, Adam, they played hard. They only lost by 4 points to the Miami Dolphins.
No.
Did you expect them to really stop Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, Adam? Did you really? Did you really think they were going to beat the Miami Dolphins?
Context.
Did you? Did you, Adam? I didn't. I thought they were going to lose. To Adam, you thought they were going to lose. Why are you so mad? Your coach is a turd. He has no business being an NFL head coach. I'm sorry. He sucks. And he sits up there at the podium, head turned sideways, his face all red, at a loss for breath, talking to me about being patient and how close we are. You motherfucker. 0-7 to start last year, 1-6 this year. Show me, tell me, someone explain to me how close we are. Please, I love that word. Hey, we're close. We're close.
Yeah,
we're getting there. We're almost there. Hey guys, it's okay. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. Dan Campbell, man, I like him, man. He makes me feel good, man. How about he makes second half adjustments, man? How about his team isn't disciplined? Or excuse me, how about his team goes out there and plays disciplined football instead of in the second half costing themselves 20, 30, 40, 50 yards worth of penalties? How about that?
Right. Not being
How about you stop the holding calls? How about Taylor Decker stop jumping and getting your team false starts? How about that? Where is the progress? Just tell me. Call in.
Yeah. I would love
lines are open.
I would love to.
Just call and tell me so I can stop being upset. Call in and tell me the date when they're going to turn it around. Explain to me where the progress is, because I'm not seeing it. Please, someone, help me. For the love of God. Tell me how this head coach is allowed to sit up there, podium after podium after podium, whether it's in Detroit, Carolina, New Orleans, I don't care where it is. He gets to stand up there every week and say the same crap, the same recycled crap. And then, Adam, you're not fair. Yeah. It's not Dan Campbell's fault. He didn't fumble at the 1 yard line. He didn't throw the ball deep to Reynolds on 4th and 2. He didn't guard Tyreek Hill. He didn't do the false start. You guys just always find a way. And I'm not going to segment off the whole fan base because there are some of you, and there's a portion of the fan base that do get it. But for those of you that continue to defend him, call in 313-552-6322. Tell me why you believe in this product. Mm-hmm. Give me one reason. Adam, it's not his fault his team jumps offside. Or how about my favorite part, Amani Oruwariye lining up in the god freaking backfield. Lining up in the backfield for the opposing team. Well, it's not Dan Campbell's fault, Adam. His team tries. His team likes him. Adam, Dan Campbell says nice things about me. Adam, he likes to try.
Oh.
What does he do? That his team comes out of a bye week last week and has 8 penalties and 5 turnovers. Where his team against Miami continues to shoot themselves in the foot in the second half with penalty after penalty after penalty. How about that? But there's just no accountability because Sheila Fordham came out and said, oh, it was a teardown. It was a teardown, Adam. It was a teardown, and we were always about 20-24, and you're just mean. Suck my balls. Every single one of you telling me to be patient. Watching this buffoon make a mockery of one of the 32 most prestigious jobs in the NFL. This guy is Hugh Jackson. He's Freddie Kitchens. He's a bum. He's Pat Schumer. He's a loser. And the only way he gets a head coaching job is because the Lions gave it to him. Freddie Kitchens had no business being a head coach in the NFL. Some of these guys that get hired have no business. And you know what? It typically comes out of Detroit, where Detroit hires them, and they want to go up against the trend, and they want to embark on a journey that no one's ever done before. And Dan Campbell, no one's ever seen this kind of hire. The Lions are going to be the ones to buck the trend. They're going to come out and make history. Save it. Save it. Save it. Save it. And I'll tell you what.
It's another game, too, where they just can't put it together either. It's either your offense, they scored 27 in the first half. They get shut out the second half. Defense is terrible. I mean, it's the same old story at this point, and it's frustrating. You know what's frustrating, too, before we go to break? I was watching the press conference, and Dan Campbell, you have, against the New England Patriots, you bench Amani Oruwariye. The following week, he returns. You switch things up in the secondary. They play well. Guess what was said after yesterday's game? We got to switch up things in the secondary.
Every week, they just got to change a few things up.
And you know what's funny? I forgot who the reporter is, so forgive me for that. But they asked him, like, Jerry Jacobs was on the sideline. He goes, oh, yeah, we're definitely going to give him a look. He just played last week, didn't he? He played well. Like the personnel, I get it. It's not very good on defense, but there's no explanation of why this team can't put together a complete game plan. I mean, it happened one half against Washington and all the way until the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter against the Minnesota Vikings. It hasn't happened in any other game so far. So they just can't put it together. It's either your offense plays well, and then it doesn't, and then your defense doesn't play well. So there's no in between, and it's frustrating.
I love it.
It's very frustrating.
Just keep on keeping on.
They're
Detroit.
gritty. They're gritty.
Yep, they're gritty. I love the word grit.
Just
keep on keeping on, Detroit. Keep making excuses. Keep finding reasons why your football team is 1-6. Keep finding legitimate reasons why they have started 0-7 last year, 1-6 this year under this head coach. And you know what? When we get back, we're going to push back Michigan State a little bit because I got a bone to pick with all of you. So I'm not done. I haven't said everything I wanted to say. Having said that, I got to tell you about where I got my haircut over the weekend because I don't look like a grizzly bear anymore and I feel like a new man. And that's at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, walk in anytime, 7 days a week. They're awesome stylists, will take care of you like they take care of me. So make sure you get to a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Fish.
Phillips.
I swear to God, one of these days, you and Alex are getting fired.
I've been waiting for a year and a half.
I
Alex
swear to
just caught
God,
astray.
you and Alex are getting fired.
I've been waiting for a year and a half. Fire me.
Look, go to Michael Phillips.
I got Cricket I could have watched this morning. Instead I had to come over here.
Fish, shut the hell up. Go to Michael Phillips for all your real estate needs. Him and his awesome staff do a hell of a job. I've used them before personally, whether you're a player or a fan, and you're just looking to buy, sell, or invest. Michael Phillips is the guy for you. Over 23 years of experience in this business. He's the go-to guy. Get your game on. Call 313-403-0011. Fish, you're going to lose your job. I'm telling you right now. Don't even unmute your mic.
Wait, are you...
I'm not joking.
Are you saying that because of what he's wearing?
No.
Look what he's wearing.
I don't care.
Fish, show off your sweatshirt.
Here we go, Brownies.
No,
Here we go.
no.
Fish, unmute your mic.
They're going to win tonight.
Fish, mute your mic.
Are they going to win tonight?
Fish, mute your mic. Shut the hell up. Having said that, let's continue on with the lines for a little bit. And do me a favor, everybody in the chat, complaining about expectations. The Lions, according to Sportsnaut, were projected to go 6-11. Fair? The Giants were expected to go 6-11. The Jets 6-11. The Commanders projected at 6-11. The Falcons projected at 4-13, and the Seahawks projected at 5-12 before the season started. Okay. Their current records: the Commanders are 4-4. The Falcons are 4-4. The Giants are 6-2. The Jets are 5-3. The Seahawks are 5-3. And yet somehow, someway, the beautiful Detroit Lions have found their way into a record of 1-6. And it's my fault.
The two teams that are the most appalling to me are the Seahawks and the Falcons. Those two teams. I mean, I have the amount of rookies that the Seattle Seahawks have starting. Geno Smith at quarterback.
Forgive me.
And they're winning.
Forgive me.
3-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Forgive me.
I'll forgive you.
Okay. We'll start with Zake QA out in the Woodward Sports chat. Says, casual take. Who cares about predictions? Laughing my ass off. Zake, do me a favor, buddy. Suck my balls.
Don't do that.
Choke on them, actually. How about that?
Don't do that.
Shut the hell up, all of you. Suck on them, choke on them, do whatever you want. I don't care. Do me a favor. You keep making excuses for your sorry ass 1-6 football team. Keep it going. Last week it was Jamal Williams. He fumbled. Jared Goff with the turnovers, right? The week prior it was the offense stalled out. The week prior it was the defense. The week prior to that it was the 4th down decision. The week prior to that you actually won a football game. The week prior to that one, the defense can't stop Jalen Hurts. Forget the fact that we gave him an extra possession at midfield with an onside kick. No. Keep making excuses for your sorry-ass football team. All of you. The phone lines are open. Alex, do your job and pin it at the top of the chat, please. 313-552-6322. Call in. Fish, put your hand down. We're not talking to you.
Dan is officially
You can call in. You can call in and defend your guy, because I'm out. Go ahead. Call in and defend your guy. Go and defend your coach that you love to go out and defend so mightily. My goodness. Imagine defending a coach who's 1-6, who is 4-19-1 all time, who is 0-11-1 on the road, who is 2-10-1 in one possession games, who has now gone 3 consecutive weeks getting shut out in the second half, who's now gone 23 games hoodwinking all of you into defending him as a head coach in the NFL. He has no business being a head coach. All of you call in.
The 0-11 is...
I got time today.
...the most concerning to me. The never winning a road game, despite... I get the talent, but come on. Like, every situation right now is one road game.
Talent. I don't want to hear about talent when there's the Atlanta Falcons sitting at 4-4.
Right.
I don't want to hear it.
Right.
And again, Sheila Ford Hamp doesn't leave her little building and come on down and talk about Dan Campbell and her front office if the team isn't 1-5. Because if they were 3-3, I guarantee you, not only this show, but almost most shows would be talking about the Lions making progress under Dan Campbell and him heading in the right direction and the team looking good and doing what you thought they would do, which would be 6-7 games. And if they were really good and they were playing above their level and God forbid they overachieved and God forbid Dan Campbell was actually a good head football coach, maybe you could win 8-9 games. But now that you're 1-6, you're putting your tail between your legs, running away like a little bitch, hiding behind, it was always about 2023 and 2024, Adam.
What about this comment? I want to hear you answer this
Go
one.
for it.
Steve Brown, WoodwardSports.com. What was the stat at the end of the game? MCDC is 2-10-2 in one possession games.
2-10-1.
2-10-1 in one possession games or something like that.
Yes.
How much of that is coaching? One possession games and you're being consistently outcoached. Are we going to pull the talent again? Is it talent, Adam?
It's always a talent.
It's always a talent.
Not this week. It wasn't the talent, right? Because they lost a close game.
Right.
But next week when they get blown out, that'll be because of the talent. And then the week after that, when they blow a fourth quarter lead, that'll be because Jared Goff sucks. So there's just always a built-in excuse for why they fail, and you allow it. You allow it. I'm so fed up. So fed up with every single one of you defending this product, telling me to be patient. Be patient? The Seahawks are 5-3. The Falcons 4-4. The Giants 6-2. Telling me to be patient.
Those are good coaches. Proof's in the pudding there.
Proof's in the pudding. What a joke. What a joke. I swear to you, all of you in the chat right now that are calling in, if you're calling in to tell me anything other than Dan Campbell should be the head football coach, I don't want to hear it. You call in and defend your football coach right now. Stop being a little bitch hiding behind the screen, hiding behind the screen. Call in and defend your head coach. I got time this morning. I'm not going to talk for the next 2 hours. You all can call in. You run the show. You call in and defend that football team, that head coach. Go for it. Phone lines are open. Let's go to Terrell out in Florida. Terrell, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us, buddy?
Yo, what's up, buddy? Can you hear me okay? I'm in the car.
What is it?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, cool. Nah, man, I was going to call in a couple weeks ago and defend it, but I can't do it anymore. This dude is like Jim Caldwell 2.0. He's doing the same shit that Caldwell did every week. That's why every time people try to cry online about Jim Caldwell being our coach, that dude cost us 2 games a year easy just from his in-game decisions. Couldn't call a timeout, throw a challenge flag at the right time. Dude was constantly fucking the game up, and Campbell's doing the same shit. It's undefendable, bro.
Dude, look, Terrell, again, I wish, I agree with you. I do. Don't get me wrong. I want to know why I should buy in. Why I should be patient.
I know.
The fact that you're 0-7 to start last year, 1-6 this year, and I know you get it, buddy. You're not my concern. And you make a very valid point about the game management. But I want to hear why I should buy in. Why Sheila Ford Hamp is telling me to be patient. Okay, I will. Tell me why.
Okay.
Show me on the field why.
All right. Y'all have a good day, man.
You
I'll
too,
be
buddy.
listening.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Let's go to Marcus. Marcus, you're on the Morning Woodward Show. I hope to God you're calling in to defend Dan Campbell because I want to hear it. Somebody call in and defend your guy. I'm waiting. What's up, Marcus?
Dude, I called last week agreeing with you how I'm not even with the whole pacing game. And then she come in here making an excuse, oh, they too young. Well, you just made an excuse about them being
Marcus, do me a favor, buddy. I want you to call back in. Your connection's a little spotty. We can't hear you all that well. So do me a favor.
I'm sorry, my bad.
You're good, buddy. You're good. Call back in, though. Look, guys, this is very simple. Fish, do your job, please. Jesus Christ.
It's all Fish's fault.
This is very simple.
I don't think we'll get one person.
Nobody's going to defend Dan.
I don't think.
Zay, you are literally making excuses for their record. Call in, ZQ. Do me a favor. Call in. You have the number. Call in. Do me a favor. Call in. Everybody has an excuse. I want to hear it. And if you agree, great. God bless you. I don't need you to agree with me. But I want to know if I'm the crazy one. Am I the only one seeing that this coach is really bad? Is it really just me? Am I really that biased? Am I not objective?
No, Adam.
Am I missing something here?
Actually, you were drinking the Kool-Aid, apparently.
Well, 7-10. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah. Telling your team to have a 10-loss season. Whoa. Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Apparently, me and you predicting at least
7-10.
wins.
What a joke.
I said 8 wins, but
what
was
a joke.
max. That was
Let's
max.
move on. I'm so tired of this. What a joke. When we get back, I want to talk about the Michigan State game. I want to take a break from the Lions. The Lions suck. Dan Campbell doesn't deserve to have his job by Thanksgiving.
No, it's not looking good.
Pathetic.
No.
And what I tell you guys last year, you kept being on my ass, and I love you. All of you were on my ass, Adham. Well, you got to give him time.
Which you did.
And I told you November of next year. What do you know? We're a day away from November, and my mind's pretty much made up.
Yeah.
What do you know? Adham on the spot fucking again.
You got to give him a chance to dig himself out. He just dug himself deeper. So no defending him right now. That's for sure.
Michigan State, the brawl in the tunnel, inexcusable. We'll get to that in a little bit. Thoughts on the game. After that, we'll talk about some positive things, right? The Wings, Pistons. Cade Cunningham, by the way.
My gosh. He's putting up,
wow.
If they were winning, he's putting up all-star numbers.
Wow.
It's incredible.
We'll be right back, but before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Cintron.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings. Cintron has combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free, all in one pack. Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box today at cintronworld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag #WoodwardFrontRow. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got 1 toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
If you're a no-good loser like Dan Campbell and you're trying to change your life around, well, I have the perfect solution for you. Custom Health Centers takes the willpower out of weight loss. Whether you need to lose 20 or 120 pounds, Custom Health Centers will help you do it quickly and safely. Go to customhealthcenters.com or give them a call today. It's 844-789-8446. 844-789-THIN. That's 844-789-THIN.
Thank God for the Detroit Pistons, by the way. Went to the Lions game yesterday, went right to LCA for the Pistons game. I thought I was going to see 2 L's yesterday. Pistons won, though, at least. But that Lions game, man, it left a bad taste.
How about the Michigan State game?
Yeah, that was even worse.
So let's talk about the game just for a little bit because that's all we're going to have time for. Michigan dominated the game. They were in full control. Keon Coleman showed some great flashes. I'm not sure why Michigan State moved away from it. Right. Michigan did adjust, though, and they started doubling him. Regardless, Michigan were the better football team. They deserve to win. They deserve all the bragging rights this morning. I don't want to hear a single State fan complaining or talking junk about Tucker still up 2-1 in the rivalry. That's petty. The way rivalries work, because you get to play them every year, is the team that wins gets the bragging rights. Michigan owns the bragging rights for Michigan State, and up until they go to Columbus this year, they own the bragging rights against Ohio State. Having said that, what happened in the tunnel was pathetic. And I don't want to hear anything about it's the tunnel and it's the environment, and they were saying Tuck come in and Blake Corum. If you don't like what Blake Corum said after the game, grow a pair. If you don't like them doing the chop signals during the game, grow a pair.
It's a rivalry.
You've never played sports in your life. Growing up when I was playing sports, even if you hated, and I mean hated, the team across the field, no matter what the scoreboard was, you walked over, you shook their hands, and you walked away, and that was it.
It's not like that no more.
And there is a level of respect that comes with it. And unfortunately, and it's not today in college football, this doesn't happen every week.
No, it doesn't.
But the fact that it happened is so disappointing, because we should be talking about Michigan likely running the table heading into Columbus. We should be talking about it'll be a damn shame that either Michigan or Ohio State likely will miss the college football playoff because 2 Big Ten teams will not get in. Instead, we're talking about 4 Michigan State players, maybe more, downright assaulting 2 Michigan players. And that is unacceptable. And there's nothing sport about that. There's nothing competitive about that. You don't like that Michigan is running a trick play at the end of the game? It's too bad. Stop it. Get over it. Cry me a river. J.J. McCarthy said before the game, and this was the attitude leading into the game, losing to Michigan State, and I'm paraphrasing, so excuse me if I mess up anything, but just paraphrasing here. Losing to Michigan State is not an option. We're going to put our foots on the pedal the whole game. We're not going to stop. And even if the game is ahead of us and we're winning and we're comfortable, we're going to still put it on them. We're not going to let up the heat. We're going to continue to be aggressive all 4 quarters. And what do you know? Michigan did that. And if anything, Michigan was polite towards the end with the amount of times they were running the football, because they could have dropped back, run play action, and really kept driving the ball up and down the field. Michigan State had no answers. Granted, Michigan State's red zone defense, I got to give them credit. They held up. But that Michigan defense is legit, and it's a problem. And they held their own. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, we should be talking about the game and how Michigan really reacted well in the second half and how they came out with a better game plan. Instead, we're talking about police investigations, the athletic directors getting involved,
Big Ten getting
4
involved.
players already being indefinitely suspended. I'll say 3 things, and then the floor's yours. Number 1, what happened in the tunnel is not indicative on the program Mel Tucker's building or the players. Having said that, number 2, this is the lowest point in the Mel Tucker era, in my opinion, since becoming the head football coach of Michigan State. Number 3, I don't believe all Michigan State fans are sitting here defending what happened.
Right.
And I'm not even going to defend the player that's skipping his way into the locker room, bad optics or not. But regardless, I don't care if you're skipping your way through the tunnel. You have no business laying your hands on your opponent after the game. You had 60 minutes to do it. You have no business doing it after the fact. You had 4 quarters to knock it out. The fact that it bled out into the tunnel after the game was pathetic. I don't think they should lose their scholarships. I don't think they should be arrested. But there has to be some sort of disciplinary act, because you can't have it. You can't have it, and I don't want to ruin people's lives for one mistake either. I'm not a fan of that. What do you think, Jeff?
I mean, it's inexcusable, like you said. And I don't want to go the Mel Tucker route, because I'm not going to go the Jim Harbaugh route with Jaden Burrows. Like, I mean, come on. Or Mick Burrows, the man, number 1, who ran into the tunnel post-game. They should have handled it how you handled it at halftime. One team goes in, you wait, the other team goes in. The fact that Jaden McBurrows was able to get into that, with the Michigan State team after that loss, I'm not going to say it's any real, because again, Jaden McBurrows going in there talking junk, whatever. The fact that it resulted in what it resulted in, which was assault, which is now a criminal investigation involving local authorities, that can't happen. And again, if you want to say the buck stops with Mel Tucker, I agree. And again, to address what happened in the game too, the fan that touched Mel Tucker's head and he smacked his hand away, that fan's, I think, is banned for life. He's never coming back to a Michigan game. So I don't think that's Mel Tucker's fault anyway. Don't touch his head. How about that? But it's inexcusable. I mean, the fact that this happened, it takes everything away from the game. Because in the 3 hours you play, that's where that stuff needs to happen. The fact that it was after the game, Michigan already won, and again, Jaden McBurrows, should you have went into the tunnel with the Michigan State players? No, that was a terrible mistake. Should not have done that. Should State have swung a helmet at him and assaulted him? No. But this is something that's out of the school's hands at this point. Now local authorities are investigating. I know multiple state players are suspended indefinitely. So it's going to get handled. I'm not going to go the route to completely trash Mel Tucker. Obviously, he came out right away the day after and released a statement as long with the athletic director as well. They both released a statement. Emmanuel Ward released a statement. He talked at the press conference. So, again, this is something you just can't let happen.
You know what I love?
You just can't.
You know what I love?
What do you love?
I love everyone over at woodwardsports.com and the Woodward Sports chat saying things like Dan C's. You blame Campbell, you blame Tucker.
Well,
I'll blame Tucker for losing the football game. Don't get me wrong,
that's
buddy.
what you blame him for.
We are talking about 4 individuals who do not represent the 96 others, maybe more, I don't know, however many there are on a college football team, making a really poor decision. Has nothing to do with on the field. You know how I know that? Because Mel Tucker's coached 3 years now, and that's never happened before. But again, I would say it's the lowest point Michigan State has ever been at under Mel Tucker. This is as bad gets. And spotlight's on him. He's got to address it.
But people,
and he's already put out a statement.
Yes,
he's already talked about it. And no, it's not as simple as, oh, all right, we move on, move forward. But the reality is, what happened after the game was just disgusting. And there's no excuse for it. And there's nobody to blame other than the individuals.
Right. Right. And people act like Mel Tucker was in the tunnel. Like,
if I go and shoot somebody, does that mean Detroit sports media is a bunch of murderers?
I mean, no.
Does that make you a murderer?
And again,
does it make anybody else?
What's even more sad is Michigan celebrating together on the field after the win with the Paul Bunyan Trophy. It's an ecstatic moment. And I just want to bring this up. The fact that, again, I'm going to say his name again, J.D. McBurrows, that decision he made was terrible. It was a dumb decision to even follow the players into the tunnel. But the blame goes, there's plenty of blame to go around as well. So it just can't happen.
I don't care if he was skipping, saying, Tuck coming, the whole way down the tunnel. I don't care what he did. It doesn't justify getting a helmet swung at you.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't justify being thrown to the floor and kicked and punched.
Nope.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
And so far, you've had 4 players suspended. There are likely more that will get suspended. You don't know who yet. It's pathetic. It's just pathetic, and you have no business doing it. One of my favorite traditions in all of sports is in the NHL playoffs. When a series is over, whether you get swept or it's 7 games, you know what they do at the end, Jeff?
Iconic.
They skate across the center of the rink, shake hands.
But that's hockey.
I don't care.
That's more.
I don't care. At the end of the Super Bowl, there's some level of appreciation and respect for your opponent.
But those are grown men.
Good game.
See where I'm getting at? Like these are kids essentially.
They're not. I don't care. Raise your kids better. I don't know what to tell you.
Again, I'm not excusing it, but I'm trying to explain to you. Like, again, this is something that I'm not going to sit here and blame Mel Tucker. I mean, that's probably the easy route. Is to say, like, hey, it's a reflection of Mel Tucker. I just think it was a lot of stupid decisions being made, and those guys got to get punished for it.
Look, you got to handle yourself better when you lose. All right? The Spartans have won the last 2 meetings prior to Saturday. They had the bragging rights.
Right.
They were allowed to say Tuck coming. They were allowed to say 10 of 14. But you are not allowed to talk once you lose. Mm-hmm. And the fact that it bled over the way it did is just disappointing because, you know why? I thought Michigan played a very good game. I thought State showed a lot of fight. But it's concerning when the game finishes the way it does and you act the way you did. It's pathetic. Right. It's disappointing. And if I'm honest with you, if 2-3 years from now Mel Tucker is gone, this may have been the starting point of his end.
And by the way, no one, this is what I love, people, when they pick and choose what they want to hear. No one's blaming victims. Did we not just sit up here and say they're both at fault? I'm not going to 100% say it's if you want to say it's all Michigan State's fault, that's ridiculous.
You'd be dumb not to acknowledge that the dude skipping into the tunnel is bad optics. It's not the best decision. Does it warrant what happened? No, it doesn't.
Thank you.
But if you could at least acknowledge that the kid is stupid for doing it,
that's all
it was unnecessary, then I think we can all acknowledge that was borderline disgusting.
Yeah.
What happened after? Cool.
But apparently I'm blaming the victim. I mean,
yeah, it's okay, Jeff.
I mean, it's idiotic take.
All good.
It's funny, though.
All good. We'll go to the people in just a bit. But before we do, Jeff, the best defense on and off the field.
Let me tell you about Guardian Alarm because, guys, winter is here and you're going to be spending more time inside, so you need protection. Let Guardian Alarm give you that peace of mind. As you call 1-800-STAY-OUT today, you can rest easy knowing you have 24/7 protection. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Like Fish said, let them know you're friends with Woodward Sports Central.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
All right, guys, I have an idea for you. How about you all dress up as a big fat clown for Halloween? Record yourself doing nothing, and what do you know? That's your best Dan Campbell impersonation. Congratulations. Submit your best Dan Campbell impersonation on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok using hashtag Woodward Front Row, and you will be eligible to watch Dan Campbell lose another football game when Detroit hosts Green Bay next week. We're announcing the winner on November 4th, so make sure you submit your entries, and good luck to all of you.
Am I an idiot that I just now noticed how big Dan Campbell is?
He's a big
Mute your
man.
mic. Mute your mic. And shut the hell up.
How big do you think he was?
I mean, thought it was big, but
Shut
seeing
the
him
hell
at the podium hunched over, it looked like he was going to kill some of those people.
Fish. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, he looked. Man, he looked.
Shut up, Fish.
He looked got mentally.
All right. Let's take a few callers. Thank you to everybody joining over at WoodwardSports.com. Let's go to Jason. Jason, you're on the Morning Woodward Show. What do you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? I'm actually going to defend keeping Dan Campbell. Adam, are you ready for this?
Please, I'm dying to hear an answer because I'm struggling here.
Dan Campbell is going to give Lions fans what all Lions fans want. It's the number 1 pick in the draft. We got to keep him. He's the pathway. We're all fucking losers. Let's get this number 1 draft pick, baby.
Jason, I was really hoping you were calling in to tell me something good. Clearly not. Yep. Keep Dan Campbell if you want the number 1 overall pick. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. It's okay to start 0-7 your first year on your job and then follow up the second year on your job starting 1-6. Totally fine. No issues at all. I have no problem with it. No problem with it. Let's go to Eric out in Detroit. Eric, you're on the Morning Woodward Show. What do you got for us on Dan Campbell, buddy?
Hello?
You there, Eric?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you,
man?
Man, I'm good. Man, hey, Adam, you right on the money, man. We've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. I've been calling in and talking about this. Have y'all realized this is the only team in the NFL that hasn't made any in-game adjustments? Second half adjustments is none. It's like this coaching, and anybody who can't see, ultimately that comes down to the head coach. You can't, really, you playing Tyreek Hill and Jaden Waddle. Why are you 8 to 10 yards back on them on every play, letting them get a full running head start? It was ridiculous. And Miami never changed their offensive game plan. They did the same thing over and over and over. Then Dan Campbell comes in on the press conference. I'm like, man, we didn't do the game plan. The game plan was to hit them. No, it wasn't. The game plan was exactly what y'all did, because if the game plan was to press them at the line and knock them off their routes, y'all would have did it. Y'all would have did it at the beginning of the game, or y'all would have did it after halftime. Y'all did the same exact thing. And I don't know, it's like the offense, they put up 27 points, and it was funny because I was telling my wife, like, watch, they're going to come out the second half and they're not going to do nothing. It's like they got brain fart. It's like the whole coaching staff gets brain fart, and I don't understand it. It's terrible. Like, you have to understand when a team is just not afraid of you, when a team just like, yeah, we just going to keep running the same plays over and over and over again because they coaching staff can't do anything.
Yeah, look, you're going to lose games, right? You're going to get outplayed. There are going to be moments where your players make mistakes. It's part of the game. The problem I have, Eric, is that for 23 games now, you continue to show me that all you know how to do is lose football games. And, yeah, again, we're sitting up here being told you have to be patient. Dan Campbell, you got to give him time. It's not fair to judge him at the moment. I don't see it, buddy. Thanks for the call. Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Yep. You know what? Let's turn our attention to something a little positive, okay? And then we'll go back to the people. Alex, if you don't mind, throw up the score graphics at the bottom of your screen, on our screen, please. And that's the fantasy football weekend. That I had. And you guys know I've been struggling.
Do I even want to look at mine?
I've been struggling with my fantasy football team in my big league. And this week was redemption week. So, Alex, whenever you're ready, throw it up. I am Team J9. J9 is a little nickname for my wife. Having said that, holy hell, Jeff.
Snuck out of there.
Dude.
You absolutely snuck out of there.
League high. I think it's a league record, to be honest with you. 223 points. Etienne got me started off great Sunday morning.
Gave him like 30
Alvin
carries.
Kamara, 42.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins spotted me 37.
And your bench.
My bench, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, Kirk Cousins, Tua. Everything looked good. Everything looked good. It was a great day. My kicker got me 10 points, Tyler Bass. That was neat. Defense, I don't even think my defense has played yet. So, yeah, I had a great week of fantasy football. Let's just put it that way. I also beat Braylon in our fantasy football league. So I'm 7-1 in our league.
Boo.
Yeah. Jeff, are you losing this week or winning?
I'm actually down, 20-something points to Ryan, and I have Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper. So chance I come back. My other league I'm in, the guy scored 200 on me, so there's no chance I'm winning there. I think he had A.J. Brown, who had 40, and he had DJ Moore, who also had 40.
Oh, that touchdown at the end.
It's over. Yeah, it's
That's
over.
brutal.
I've accepted it. But, hey, I have Christian McCaffrey in our work league. Threw a passing touchdown, ran for a touchdown, caught a touchdown. So that was unreal.
It's so brutal.
Shout out to all those people in our office who I was told Christian McCaffrey should not go top 2. If he's healthy, you're an idiot.
All right, Jeff. Let's go back to the people. Some fun fantasy football. Let's go to James. James has a comment on the Michigan State incident. James, you're on the Morning Woodward Show. What do you got for us, buddy?
Good morning, fellas from Florida. Love the show. Good show today.
Appreciate it.
Hey, man, I'm so disgruntled. When you get the good on the weekend, you get the bad. Right. You know, Michigan and Lions. What the hell? I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. With the Lions, first of all, it's like Groundhog Day with these guys. The movie Groundhog Day. That's the only comparison I can make with this team. Very disappointed in the team as a whole, not fighting the whole game. You look good the first half, second half is just crapshoot. Anyway, with that being said, Michigan State, what is Michigan going to do about red zone? It's ridiculous, man. They will not be able to compete for a playoff spot if they keep playing like this.
I
mean, do they need to score outside the 20-yard line every time to get a touchdown?
Yeah, look, James, honestly, I think that is one concern you could pull away where if Blake Corum isn't gashing a team or you're not able to run the ball down their throats in the red zone, where does the offense come into play? And that's where again, when do you open up the playbook? We keep talking about it. Again, Harbaugh's winning without doing it, and I'm all for it. But damn it, where is it? Where is the creativity? Where is the scheming wide receivers open? Roman Wilson, Ronnie Bell, Cornelius Johnson. Look, I know these aren't household names in the country, but they are more than capable of, I would say, being better than what they are now. It is disappointing, I would agree. If there was one negative I would take away from Michigan on Saturday, it would be their red zone offense. And you can't kick 5 field goals against Ohio State in Columbus. I'll tell you that right now.
Especially how quickly they can score. You can't.
Fair enough. Well, appreciate the call, James. Well done, buddy. Take care.
Because you saw Ohio State, even against Penn State, like late in the game, boom, 2 touchdowns. Well, one of them was a pick 6, but still, like they can put up points. And the fact that Michigan struggled in the red zone, that's something to kind of take away. But hey, JJ, we'll see it against Ohio State. It's going to be a big game for him as well.
Fair enough.
Because he did enough to get the job done against Michigan State. He's got to do more to beat Ohio State.
All right, let's go to Rick. Rick, you're on the Morning Woodward Show. What do you got for us?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just want to kind of talk about Dan Campbell a little bit. I mean, we got to give the guy a little bit of a break. Let's face it, we're kind of running around out there on 3 toes, 1 ass cheek, and getting our ass kicked. So, you know, we gotta be able to weather the storm. I mean, we're literally out there in the shallows, being drug out to that deep dark abyss and being fucking drowned. But we got to stay on track, guys, because we know we're on the right path because we can see that light at the end of the tunnel, and it's Aaron Glenn and Dan Campbell conducting that son of a bitch. Okay. So we also know that we've got to stay the course. We've got to be patient. We've got to literally give this regime a chance, okay? Because we are literally looking at a team that's not the same old Lions, because the same old Lions would have given us a little bit of hope. This team is not giving us no fucking hope, okay? We're not winning games that we shouldn't win, but we got to be patient. We've got to give the regime a chance, and we'll be okay, guys. Trust me on that.
You know what he sounded like in the beginning there? He sounded like Dan Campbell.
Oh, God, I love it. I love you, Rick.
But
Great
that's
call.
what I was trying to do.
Oh, you might have won the competition, I think.
Great call, Rick. I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your Monday morning, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You're speaking facts.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, the fact that there's no glimmer of hope through a year and a half, it's like you said, you start off 0-8, and now you're on track to be 1-7. It's you can't make this up.
If I may, I want to stand up for this one.
Okay, all right. Get those legs loose.
Okay, hear me out, Detroit. I will admit, and you know what, this goes back to the Michigan State thing, right? We live in a society now where, if I disagree with your opinion or you disagree with mine, somehow, some way, that makes us mortal enemies. If you succeed, I should be envious of you, and vice versa. If you're right, that's it. You're right. There's no conversation. There's no dialogue. There's no back and forth. We're so stubborn. And again, God bless all of you that are calling in and, you're making fun of the coach. That's awesome. I love it. I laugh. I get a kick out of it. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. But this isn't funny. The owner of a billion-dollar organization spoke midweek and said, be patient. It was a teardown. Please understand. Okay. I respect that, Sheila. No problem. Stop giving me a product that gives me zero hope, zero progress to look forward, nothing. Don't sell me on patience when the reality is you're all just kind of crossing your fingers hoping Dan Campbell works out next year. And he won't. Even if he was coaching the Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs, if he was coaching the Eagles, you think the Eagles are 8-0?
I don't think so.
Probably 4-4. Maybe 3-5. If he was coaching the Giants, they'd be 0-8. If he was coaching the Seahawks, they'd be 0-7, 0-8. 1-7 maybe. It's not funny to me. And yeah, I get mad and I get frustrated with a lot of you, but this is not funny. This isn't fun. There's no substance to this. This is pathetic. I'm sorry. This is Fish walking into Apple, applying for a job, and somehow becoming a senior executive R&D at Apple. That thing right there.
That thing would strive.
That thing walks into Apple, applies for a senior executive position in the research and development department.
Apple.
Here we go, brownies. Here we go.
That gets hired. That's the equivalent of Dan
By the
Campbell
way, can I bring something up to you, lovely people?
Apple would thrive with you, Fish.
Can I bring something up to people? Should I go to Cleveland tonight?
No.
I would. Anytime you ask me that, I'm going to say no.
Because the Browns are at home tonight. I was thinking about maybe going to the tailgate or something. Should I go?
Fish, do not ask me if you want to go. If you should go to Ohio, because my answer will be no.
It's my favorite thing from the weekend.
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah, that was interesting.
But if you want to go
2
Fish,
years?
you can go.
2 years,
All
yeah,
right,
2 years.
think about it.
I don't know. You just keep going. You just change a few things up. You make a few changes.
Is this the most I don't know how to mentally this was the most shot I've seen Dan Campbell out of every press conference.
I don't know. He looks like a turd to me after every conference.
He
so
looked,
I don't see a difference.
He looked like it finally got him in the press. He was just sitting there.
No,
like,
when he cried last year, I think that's when he broke. And then he's just, charismatic enough where he can keep it going long enough. Again, I don't see the progress.
he just looks so. I mean, he looks stressed out every week after a loss. But man, he looked got. He's like, man, I don't know what to do anymore. We're just gonna keep changing things up, keep moving, keep pushing.
It's funny.
It's the same old stuff, man. It really is.
Funny. Dan Campbell proves again why he just doesn't belong in the NFL. You're all more than welcome to call in. We'll go to the people when we get back. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Big Boy.
Let me tell you about them. For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not just the Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim, the chili cheeseburger, as well as the bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries as well? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Chili Pepper Standing is where you'll find all the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. You can join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. If you're like Fish and you're very white, you go to Chili Peppers Tanning in the winter especially. Get your tan on. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations and more on the way.
Chili Peppers Stand.
All right, we're back. Top of the hour here at the Woodward Sports Network. 9:03, Halloween morning. Happy Halloween, everybody, by the way. You passing out candy, anybody? Or are you going trick-or-treating?
Honestly, I was just going to...
Is there an option for neither?
Well, we're passing out candy in my house today. So
Nice.
it should be fun.
Usually I like to sit outside scared.
I'm going to be a good Samaritan.
Adam, everybody.
It's my first year
Actually
passing out
doing
candy.
something in the community.
My wife convinced me, so we're going to pass out candy.
If I'm a kid, I'm not taking candy from you.
Why?
I don't know.
That was a shot at Adam.
I'm going to be the
guy. You'd be the guy I'd see on TikTok.
No, I'm
Is
just
that the
gonna
guy who was yelling on TikTok?
I'm going to have the kids just walking by.
He's going to have a chainsaw. He's going to be one of those people.
I'm just going to throw darts, Kit Kat, Snickers. I'm just going to throw them at the kids.
What
They gotta
candies
catch
do
it in their
you?
bag.
What candies do you give them? Because that's a very important topic.
We have the Hershey's Kisses that are wrapped up, whatever those little things.
Yeah.
Snickers, Kit Kats. We have a few jumbo size bars.
Oh, the king size.
Mini paydays.
Oh.
I don't know. There's a lot of candy. I don't know. My wife kind of went all out yesterday.
I'll be doing content tonight from AFCOR. I'll be kind of busy.
Hell yeah,
Usually
you
I
will.
pass out candy, but there's not as many kids as there used to be. At least when I pass out candy, it seems like there's just less and less and less. Depending on how the weather is today.
Yeah, it's gonna rain. I think
if it's
most
raining,
of the
it's
day.
gonna be even worse. But
There'll still be people out there.
we'll see. Never leave candy unattended.
Hell
Because there's
no,
always some
no.
bastards
Yeah, when
that
you
are
say
gonna-
pick one, they're picking 8 of them.
They are. Don't lie. I mean, fish.
Did you guys see that viral video of the kid that took it all and threw up a middle finger at the camera? See, that is the same kid that, like, again...
Legend, by the way.
Not a legend. No, that's just, like, horrible parenting, man. Like, I never have the balls as a kid to even try that.
I would
that's
do
so
that.
disrespectful, man.
Well, the middle finger, yeah, but when it says take one, who's taking one? Nobody's taking one. You're taking
you
three
take
or
a
four.
few. Maybe you
There
take
you
a
go.
handful if you're a sneaky kid.
Yeah.
You
Sneaky
don't dump
kid.
the whole thing in your backpack.
If I was whoever owned the house, set up the camera, and when he takes the candy, open that door and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Scare the hell out of him.
That would be great.
He is not
God.
taking that candy if you open the door.
We got MicroMike coming up in about 10 minutes. He'll join us, give his thoughts on the Miami Detroit game, and again, we got great feedback over the weekend, really around the league on this Detroit Lions football team, man. And where I'm at is I'm out. I'm just out. And I'm not out because I don't like the guy. I think Dan Campbell's a cool guy. I'd probably want to have a drink with him. Probably, I would love for him to be my Uber driver. I don't know. A lot of things I'd like Dan Campbell to do. Coaching my football team, probably not one of them. And again, even if I agree, and I tell you that, sure, your talent isn't as good or as, deep as most teams in the NFL. Should the Detroit Lions be 1-6 through 7 games? No, they shouldn't. Stop telling me about how close you are. Stop telling me to be patient. You suck, and that's all I know. Let's go to Xavier. Xavier, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us, buddy? Xavier? All right, let's go to Marcus. Marcus, you're on the morning show. What do you got?
Hey, I'm called back. Can you hear me now?
I hear you good. Yep.
Yeah, I was just calling earlier because I was trying to touch on the thing from the bullshit Sealer was talking last week, and all I kept hearing was the excuses talking about we're young. It's not an excuse. It's a fact. Well, it's a fact you just made an excuse about them being young and sucky. And then on top of that, we still got Dan Campbell every Sunday talking the same thing. Oh, we're just one play away. Oh, I know the play we got to do. When are we going to do this one play or this so-called one play we have to do to make sure we could see progress in this team? On top of that, I'm starting to really wonder, well, not even wonder, I'm convinced the only way we're going to see this team win is when the force die off. And unfortunately, I didn't want to get to that because I'm not for people, I'm not for death, but it's looking like that because she was 70. The father's already gone.
Yeah,
the mother, she's due any day.
I can't do that conversation, Marcus, because I think it's irrelevant. Bob Kraft and there's nothing I can do there. But look, for the team, for what it is, it's pathetic. And again, you guys wanna come at me, be my guest, you can call in instead of typing away in the chat. 313-552-6322. Call in and talk to me about the overblown expectations that we had going into the season. Go ahead. A top 3 O-line. Jared Goff looking to have a better year, which so far he has actually. A young offensive-minded offensive coordinator. What do you know? That's nice to have. Aaron Glenn, who showed progress last year and has completely fallen apart this year. You tell me. The Lions were not supposed to be a pain-in-the-ass team to play against? You think Miami wasn't like, what the hell's going on here? When they were down 14-0? Oh, but then the Lions got outscored 31-13 the rest of the game. What do you know? Surprise, surprise. Oh, no adjustments? Oh, surprise, surprise. Oh, coaching didn't do anything? Surprise, surprise. Oh, they racked up penalties? Surprise, surprise. Pathetic. Let's hear about the tunnel incident. Richard, your thoughts on what happened after the game? You there, Richard?
Yes, sir. How are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I read that Jamon Green was walking in the tunnel first, like he does after every game. That's when now what he said I don't know, but that's when he got hit by the helmet. Then McMurrows comes skipping up the tunnel, sees his teammate getting his ass whooped. So let's be honest, he basically volunteers to get his because they don't stand a chance. And then, so that's that. But then remember last night, Jair Alexander and Diggs they were in each other's face the whole way coming out the tunnel into the field. You know, you talk the stuff off the field, and then you prove it on the field. That's all I got to say, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Richard. Look, you know what? That's one of the things is, again, you get to talk. You get to own bragging rights. You get to do all of that when you win. When you lose, shut up, walk away, put your head down, get out of the stadium, move on, get them next year. You had Bunyan for the last 2 years. It's in the big house now.
Yeah,
get over it.
Ignore the noise.
It doesn't need to be that serious.
Even the fact that they came in the tunnel, that should have never happened. Like that's.
It's disappointing because, let's be honest. Michigan State is one of the most looked forward to games in all of Michigan, in college and college football in general.
Right.
It is a great game, especially at night. At the big house, 100,000+ people. Everybody in the state of Michigan, their eyes are on that game. Instead of talking about the game, you have to talk about an incident that happened after the fact. That's disappointing. Doesn't do the game justice. It really doesn't. Sucks. Really sucks, if I'm honest. Let's go to Marvin out in California. Marvin, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us, buddy?
Hey, man, good to hear from you guys. Man, 24-0 for my Raiders reminded me a lot of what your Detroit Lions went through, man. Reminded me a lot. And what I got to thinking was, you know, this, I don't want to put it on the Josh McDaniels and everything, but football is a culture sport. It's from the top down. All the great organizations, they've been great for a long time because of the ownership, because of the stuff they have put in place. Yes, we try to make the draft as even and get the other teams an opportunity. But, man, when you haven't, there's no substitute for great ownership, for a great system that's been in place for a long time, because you could bring in Josh McDaniels, Devontae Adams, and all this stuff, and it just won't work because there's 55 guys on the field. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on that real quick, Adam.
You know, that's a very interesting point because, if I'm honest with you, how often does the Brady situation happen, right? Where he's sitting behind Bledsoe and he gets knocked out and then suddenly the fortunes of a franchise completely changes, right? It doesn't happen often. And you look at the Ravens, the Steelers, notably the last 5 years, the Rams have been run really well. The Niners historically run well. The Cowboys, look, for as much as we laugh at them, they're typically in the playoffs or winning their division. Even though they haven't been to the NFC title game once, I think, in the millennium. So there is a sad part to that because it's true. You need good ownership. You need leadership at the top that allows the front office to execute. That way the front office then supports the coaching, and then the coaching can support the players. It is a trickle-down effect.
There's too many moving parts in there's too many moving parts in football. One special teams player can ruin the game for you. One miscue on an offensive line can ruin the game for you. When you have 55 moving parts, the structure and the way that your business plan is set up is so crucial. It's not like the NBA with 5 guys on the court and the coach is really a figurehead because he's not even calling plays for half the game. When you have that many moving figures on a football field, that's why the teams who are great from a ownership standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, that's why they can overcome the talent deficiencies, because they have a system set in place to where they know it gets them success. And for teams like the Raiders and Detroit, you could pack on a bunch of young talent and it's not going to matter because it's screwed up from the top down. Right. Just wanted to hear your thoughts. Just wanted to see what you had to think about that, Adam, because that game I watched, the 24-0, I was like, damn, this reminds me of the freaking Lions game, man.
Yeah, look, you know, sorry about your Raiders. That was brutal. That's not working.
It was
out
almost
right
identical
now.
to the Patriots game.
Again,
for the Lions.
Leadership is the most important
thing. Yeah, we went for a fake punt and everything.
Yep.
Leadership is the most important quality in any business, any organization. Hell, you can even go to the school level. If you have a bad principal, will that school succeed? Will it perform? Will it have some of the higher academics in the region? No.
It trickles down.
Right?
Yeah.
So again, it always does start from the top, and you do want to believe that having competent people, potentially like a Brad Holmes and a John Dorsey, and you have these experienced people in place that it would change. But the reality is you have to be firing on all cylinders. You can't have a good roster, a bad head coach, and a bad GM, right? You've seen that with Schwartz and whatever the hell his name was, Mayhew. You saw even with Caldwell. Look, do I think Caldwell is bad? No. Do I think he's average? Yes. But you can't overcome all of it when it's surrounded by either average or poor leadership. It just continues and continues and continues. And then you see William Clay, his drinking buddy was the GM for 20 plus years. You then go into the Matt Millen era. It's always something. And now you have the Dan Campbell era, who is as successful as Hugh Jackson. Congratulations. That's your head football coach. When we get back, MicroMike will join us this morning. Can't wait to talk to him about the game. And then after that, we'll get to Owen, Michigan, and Michigan State. We got to talk some Pistons later on, 9:45. Pistons beat the defending champs. What it means for the Pistons, their starters absolutely went off. Yep. That was a good sight
all
to
five
see.
Starters with at least 10 points.
All that and more when we get back. We'll see you guys in just a bit.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest to front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Make sure it's seen and heard. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Jeff Iafrate here. Let me tell you about our friends at Swiss Insurance, because guys, Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It is very rewarding, but also comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must to make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are protected. Call in Swiss Insurance today.
All right, we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show, 9:18. Beautiful Monday morning, Halloween morning. It's our first Halloween show, by the way. Should be fun. Got MicroMike joining us live here at woodwardsports.com. Mike, I'm sorry, buddy. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just sitting here, feel like I just had some candy with razor blades in it. How's it going, everyone?
That's one of the best backgrounds in the history of the world. Look at that background.
What's in the background?
That's awesome.
What is that? What is
Animals
that?
talking about, folks? There's nothing in the background here at all, man.
Turn to your left, I think it is. You're right. You're right.
I don't want to.
What'd I ever do to you, Mike?
That's legendary.
How was your Sunday, buddy?
It looks like you and Adham are wearing the same jacket, too.
That's 100% correct. I'm actually dressing up as Adham today.
Oh, I love it.
He had that outfit on. I wanted to make sure that I dressed up as him. My Sunday was absolutely brutal. How was your guys' Sunday?
I could say the same.
Holy
I could
hell,
say
Mike.
the same.
We got a lot to dive into.
Definitely. Look, there's a lot of problems on this team, folks, and there's something that I took away instantly is the fact that we make no second half adjustments. Right now in the second half, we're an abysmal team, offensively and defensively. That is a problem, and rightfully so. That is a coaching problem from head coach, defensive coordinator, and offensive coordinator. Ben Johnson deserves a little criticism here because scoring 0 points in the second half is starting to get annoying as can be.
Yeah, look, you know what? Aaron Glenn can get it. Ben Johnson can get it. They all deserve their fair share of blame. I'm just going big picture here. I'm just not dealing with this week it was special teams, and the next week it was defense, and the next week it's going to be offense, and the next week after that it's going to be because the refs hate us, and it's Detroit versus everybody. I'm just so fed up. Mike, 0-7 to start last year, 1-6 to start this year. They keep finding ways to lose games, whether it's getting shut out for a third consecutive game in the second half, whether it's pathetic penalties, whether it's historically long field goals, whether it's historic comebacks, whether it's historic yards given up through the air. There's always a way, it seems, under Dan Campbell that they find ways to lose football games.
100%, and the excuses continue to mount as well. What I was told last week and the prior week before that was the reason we lost is DeAndre Swift wasn't playing, Amon-Ra St. Brown was not playing. That's the reason we lost, folks. Good teams find way to wins. Bad teams find a way to lose. Did anybody in that game, when we were up 10 going into the half, think, yes, we're going to win this game? Not me personally. I was thinking, I've seen this one a million times over. The second half comes in and completely bombs out. This is exactly what happens when you have teams not prepared for all 4 quarters. There is issues here. Criticism towards Dan Campbell is absolutely justified. This is getting absolutely insane. It is ridiculous. 1-6 start. Nobody expected a 1-6 start. Nobody. You should see progression. Right now, it's absolute regression.
Mike, you want to hear about progress? You want to hear what progress looks like? Before the season, the Lions were projected to win 6 games, okay? The Commanders were projected to win 6. They're currently 4-4. The Falcons were projected to go 4-13. They're 4-4. The Giants were projected to go 6-11. They're 6-2. The Jets were projected to go 6-11. They're 5-3. The Seahawks were expected to go 5-12. They're 5-3. And then there's the Lions, who were expected to go 6-11, just like the Commanders, just like the Giants, just like the Jets, and they're 1-6. That's progress.
Ooh. You know, if you consider getting 1 win, 1-6 after last year starting 0-7, I guess that is progress. But in all honesty, this is regression beyond belief. It doesn't matter what players are out on the field. We're finding ways to lose the games. The offense starts great. The defense sucks. The special teams look great. The offense sucks. It's always something. It's always something going on with this team. Panthers, they fire Matt Rule. They get better. They win a game. They nearly won a game in overtime yesterday. We're watching teams that are bad at least get better. The Chicago Bears were terrible to start the season offensively. Guess what? They're starting to get a little bit better on offense. Why are other teams progressing and we are regressing? What is the point if we consistently get bad every single game? And I sound like a broken record, and I am sorry to everybody in the chat, but this is what is taking place. I'm not going to blow smoke up of people's ass. This team is butt cheeks. It's hairy butt cheeks. It's sweaty, hairy butt cheeks after working out for 5 hours.
Oh, God, that's the worst kind. Mike, I got to ask you, too. You brought it up already. This team, we've seen it, if you want to say the first half against Washington and then really down to the fourth quarter until KJ Osborne scored that touchdown. Those are really the only 2 games you could say that they've played a complete game. Other than that, it's either been one or the other. There's plenty of blame to go around, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. But I want your opinion on it. Okay, so you saw the press conference, I'm assuming. You saw Dan Campbell talk about we got to change things up. Jerry Jacobs was on the sideline. They're going to give him a look. It seems like they're giving different players a look every single week. Where does the blame fall? And also, another thing I want to ask you, too, is for Brad Holmes. All those people that criticize Brad Holmes, to me at least, I was at the game watching, the two best players on defense were Kirby Joseph and Malcolm Rodriguez. So I don't want to hear the Brad Holmes slander. Those guys are at least showing up to produce. You get Amon-Ra St. Brown back. He didn't play up to his expectations, but he didn't play bad. Where are the Brad Holmes haters at, Mike? I want to ask you that.
Well, when it comes to Brad Holmes, he has made some mistakes, but he's made some good decisions as well, selecting Amon-Ra St. Brown, Malcolm Rodriguez. I think Joshua Pascal, he has played decent in the last 2 games. There's 2 starts there for sure, but obviously selecting a player like Levi Onwuzurike, that was a bad decision. Got to have players that can consistently be on the field, but right now I'm not going to blame him for the consistent losing right now, because we have enough talent to not be 1-6. Let's be honest here, folks. We had an opportunity to win the game yesterday, and again, 0 points in the second half. Started out great. This is a problem week in and week out. If you get another head coach on this team, Robert Saleh, if he was to start the season, are we 1-6? No. If we get another coach from, I don't even know, let's say the head coach of the Chicago Bears, who everyone thought was a dope, are we 1-6? No. There's a problem here. The second half adjustment, I think, is the biggest problem. There is none.
Well, here's the silver lining, Mike. Dan Campbell said after the game, quote, Bill Parcells just used to say, the only way to win close games is to win close games. So, we got to find a way to win a close game, and when you're actually playing in a close game, that's how you build confidence to do it. And until then, you got to do the little things right. So I think it's all encompassing. Hey, it's frustrating, but I know everybody's tired of hearing it's close. But I do know we're close. And you just don't know when it's going to turn. But if we don't keep swinging away at it, it'll only get worse.
No, it's already worse.
That's your head coach. That's your head coach after another loss and another loss and another loss in the same week about how it's close, it's close, it's close. We're getting there. I don't see the progress. You can't convince me that this is a 1-6 football team. I think they're better than what their record indicates. At worst, they should be 3-4 at the moment. But here they are, 1-6, the center of attention, because they suck. Congrats.
Hey, I feel like I'm Bill Murray in the movie Groundhog's Day, but unfortunately in this movie, there is no ending to it. It's consistently jumping off cliffs and taking a bath with a toaster. It is doing the same thing over and over again. Hearing we're so close, we're one play away. It's going in one ear and out the other, and it's doing the same thing with the players. At some point, you keep talking about these changes. When are you going to make a change with Aaron Glenn? You're the head coach. This defense is booty cheeks. Make a change. It can't be any worse. You did it last year with Anthony Lynn. You reduced his role. See what happens. Make a effing change.
Mike.
1-6 is unacceptable.
Mike, so you know what? You kind of just took the question out of my mouth. What changes are you making? Is it fire Aaron Glenn? Is that where you're going with it? Because I'm with you.
I'm reducing his role like they did Anthony Lynn, and at the end of the year, I'm probably making the change at defensive coordinator because this defense is historically bad. And there is problems with scheme. No one's fighting at the line of scrimmage when it comes to the cornerbacks. Everybody knew, come on, you got to be able to at least give some problems to Waddle, give some problems to Tyreek Hill at the line of scrimmage, and they're run free. They run free. 188 yards for Tyreek Hill, 107 yards for Jalen Waddle. This defense is trash. Try something else, and the blitzes, by the way, is so predictable. We all know when they're setting up for the blitz. Here we go, folks. They're going to blitz. Bam, big-time play every single time.
Yeah, wait, so you mean when they line up at the line of scrimmage on defense, it's predictable? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
You know what's even more...
I don't see the stunts.
You know what is even more disheartening, too, Mike, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. Dan saying in the press conference, yeah, the Dolphins, they did exactly what we thought they were going to do. Like, how do you take that? That the fact that Miami didn't really need to make any adjustments, and they still ended up winning the ball game.
Man, that's exactly what happens every single game. That the team dictates what they do to us instead of the other way around. Yeah, man, they're going to do what we thought they were going to do. Well, no shit. That's what they were going to do. What we thought they were going to do. We all knew what they were going to do looking at this game. Every one of us knew that they were going to go ahead and blow us up in the pass game. Now, even the Dolphins are not good scoring in the red zone. They are a bend, not break, apparently, offense, but they were scoring easily and handedly in the red zone. And Amani Oruwariye, why are you lining up where the running back of the offense is lining up? How in God's green earth is that happening? You're
I thought that was excellent
yards
defense.
But there's no brains.
I thought that was excellent defense. What are you talking about?
Man, look, I guess apparently if it ain't working on your side of the ball, you got to go to their side of the ball. But you know that's called a penalty. And let's say this, the Miami Dolphins had like 5,000 penalties in that game, and we still lost. They're like, hey,
Right.
Lions, we're going to give you this game. Every play is going to be a penalty. Every single one, and we're still going to win this game.
What frustrated me, too, is their third down defense. Like, you'd get them to 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, and they'd convert every single time. Like, there was no – you're getting them to that point, but you can't finish the play. You can't get them off the field. So this defense, as bad as it is, they were terrible on 3rd down, and that goes back to coaching as well. So a lot of blame to go around, but changes have to be made very soon. This is inexcusable. You're projected to have the #1 pick at this point.
Mike, you have a great rest of your Halloween. Enjoy it with the kids. I hope it's better than your Sunday. If you need anything, let me know. Maybe stop by my house. I'm giving out candy. That should be fun.
Don't go anywhere near his house, Mike.
Yeah, if he's giving out candy, I'm going to wake up in the next morning drugged up with duct tape around my mouth and Vaseline on my butt.
God bless you, Mike. Enjoy your Halloween, buddy. We'll see you.
I love you, Mike. You're the best.
Take
Check out
care.
Mike on YouTube, MicroMike. He's the best. Man does great
Take
work.
it easy, guys. Have a great Halloween,
God.
folks.
Yeah, you too.
Oh God, I love that he dressed up as a therapist. That was creative. That was creative. When we get back,
Man just went 0
when
to
we get
100
back,
very quickly.
Michigan State talk. We'll get to Owen.
Yep.
What the hell happened in the tunnel? That and so much more. 9:45. We'll go over the Pistons, and really, what else to expect from the Lions the rest of the season? Should they trade Swift? Break apart the whole team? Who knows? Who knows? We got a lot to talk about coming up over the next few segments, but before we go, Jeff, I got to tell everybody at home about our good friends over at Planet Fitness, your home of a judgment-free zone. Sign up today, $0 down, $10 a month. Your fitness is essential. We were out there last week. It was a blast. Clean facilities, so much equipment. What was the free weight count? I think they have over 4,400.
What'd I say?
You were pretty close.
5,000, baby.
You were pretty close.
Right on the money. Close
You
to
were
it.
pretty
I think it was
close.
like 4,900. So I was really
Sign
good.
up in store or visit them at planetfitness.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, well, Alta has you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Oh, and we are back, 9:33. Owen joins us this morning. Owen, all hell broke loose in the Michigan tunnel after the game. I guess where I want to start with you is, were you in the tunnel? Because I know you were on the sideline. Did you make it into the tunnel in time to see what happened? And really, what's the vibe? What's Mel Tucker's reaction outside of the public statements we've already seen?
Yeah, I was actually in the locker room. Like, I was basically standing in the back of the locker room. I saw the very kind of end of it because I was already in. I walked into the tunnel with about a minute left and watched Paul be transferred over from the Michigan State locker room to the Michigan one. That's the equipment manager job. But I talked to security actually before. Like, we were just kind of chatting about because the Penn State and Michigan, if you remember 2 weeks ago, they actually got in a scuffle as well at halftime. And Franklin continued to keep on complaining to them. And it was really a security sort of thing because the protocol, and they did a really good job at halftime. We've seen the video, I'm sure you have, of Andrew Anthony skipping through, which is number one for Michigan, skipping through into the middle of the Michigan State pack. Basically, what you're supposed to do is hold back Michigan. Michigan waits for the away team to go into the locker room first because you have one tunnel and then you got two sides. So basically, the left is Michigan State, the right is Michigan. And then you have this little like tunnel with press and bathrooms and stuff like that. That's where the actual, like, I guess, fight happened with Andrel. And then you have a second fight. I didn't see who was in that one because a lot of people were being grabbed and it was just chaos. But for the Andrel one, he came at the Michigan State guys first because there was a ton of talking the entire game. Obviously, it's a rivalry game. And then, I mean, from there, the guys just unleashed on him. Gross, Brown, Young are all suspended, and there was one other guy. But I don't really know what their long-term plan is for it because I haven't talked to anybody. It was so fresh and new. But I will say Mel Tucker I've never seen him more mad in my life. He was punching things in the locker room. Like, at the end of the new video that came out yesterday with the recruit's mom, you can see at the tail end of it, Tucker winds up and punches the locker room door. It was... I can't repeat everything he was saying in the locker room, but he was not happy. I will say that. Like, I've never, ever seen him that mad in my life. Like, he literally dropped an F-bomb on air for our radio show after the game because he has to do it. He was so fired up going into the interview that he kind of got pushed to the limit by one of the questions that he was asked. So,
Owen,
I mean, he was not happy.
Was it Andrel or was it Jaden McBurrows? Because he's also number one as well. Who was skipping?
It was Burrows.
It was Burrows. Just wanted to make sure that was 100% correct because I want to ask you too because you already said it. What was Mel Tucker? Because we saw the statement. Obviously, we're not in there, and you kind of already alluded to it. But what's kind of the narrative on State side? Because we know how Michigan fans feel about it. Mick Burrows is 100% absolved from blame, and it's all State, which, again, State is majority at blame. But what's been, besides, Mel Tucker going off, did you hear any of the players? Like, what's the message being sent moving forward, how this cannot happen? Because that tunnel for Michigan's been up for a while. It's been like that for a while. And it's just coincidentally you have James Franklin complaining about it, and now an actual fight breaks out. I don't know if I'd even call it a fight. It was just an assault. But what's the message moving forward for Michigan State? How do they come back from this?
Because
it's a bad look for Mel Tucker. I can't lie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a bad look for everybody in the organization. Tucker wasn't there when he saw it. So basically, the players walk in and then the coaches walk in. So the coaches weren't there yet. They were all behind. And you saw the video of the guy that reached down and tapped Tucker on his head. I think that's warranted, what Tucker's response, because you're not supposed to reach down and touch the dude. Like, that's not called for. I will defend him on that front. If somebody touched you on the head after you had just lost the big game, you're going to swat their hand away. That's just how it's going to work, man. Like, you want to instigate something like that, then
right,
that's okay,
right.
I think.
And that fan's banned, by the way. That fan is banned.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Because you're so close. I've never been in a stadium where the fans are so close to the actual action, like walking through the tunnel. Like, I literally high-five kids.
I find it difficult, no matter what reason anybody can come up with, for what happened before, after. I'll say this, Owen. This is what I think. I think this is the lowest point in Mel Tucker's tenure as of now. Now, can he rebound? Can he build a program? Can he build a successful program? A long-term one? Maybe. Who knows? But today is a really bad day for Michigan State. Not because they lost a football game. No, they lost the way they conducted themselves after. It was just a bad look. And no, that's not indicative on the whole team. No, that's not indicative on the fan base or the program. But at the end of the day, it happened, and that is something that can never, ever, ever happen, because the safety of the fans, the players, trumps everything else. I don't care how heated any rivalry is, ever in sports. Mm-hmm. What happened was uncalled for. And again, whether it was the chop-in, whether it was Tuck coming, whether it was Corum after the game feeding into it, I don't care. Michigan State has had the bragging rights for 2 years. That is not how you handle passing over Paul Bunyan.
I agree with that. I mean, I think you can 100%. Like, Michigan State should have not wound up, and like they continue to keep on attacking him on both fights, honestly. But I feel like from now on, they got to be able to make sure those guys are separate, because obviously you're gonna. I mean, if you talk that much, something's gonna happen. So the one thing. Michigan State has the same situation with their tunnel and everything like that, where the locker rooms are on both sides and everything. It's literally like the same setup as Michigan. It's just like
I don't see a problem with the tunnel. It's been happening for 100 years. It's at the end of the day, these kids need to keep their hands to themselves. You had 4 quarters to figure out how you wanted to maul the opposing team. You couldn't do it. Like, it is. And again, it's those 6, 7, 8, however many it was. There's 4 individuals suspended right now, but again, it's a bad look. Look, you guys all know this year I'm obviously supporting Michigan State, want them to win, yada, 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 but this is indefensible, inexcusable, and I don't know many Spartans that are out there defending it. I think there's context to it. Do I think it was smart for a Michigan player to skip his way to the tunnel and probably yap his mouth? No, it wasn't. It wasn't the smart thing to do. Doesn't warrant what happened. But Owen, can't thank you enough, buddy. Right. Let's catch up soon. We'll talk to you. All right.
See you, Owen.
That was good. They got to rebuild it. I mean, Michigan State's the new evil. That's literally how it is. It
sucks,
they're
man.
the new, I guess, Michigan in this sense. So it's going to be a long way to rebuild it this offseason.
Appreciate it, Owen. Take care, buddy.
Go Green.
Keep doing a good job,
Chuck's coming.
All right. When we get back, let's talk about some Pistons. Let's talk about Cade Cunningham being an absolute unit. Jaden Ivey continuing to show progress. He's living up to the billing a little early on. A much better facilitator
and shooter
than he gets credit for.
And shooter.
So a lot more coming up in a bit. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Big Frog.
Well, guys, Big Frog is offering you a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. All month long, you Big Frog and Novi. Stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print one out for you. Yes, on the spot. Go to Big Frog and Novi today. Get your free t-shirt, or you can visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
All right, you want your chance to win a pair of front row tickets to Detroit versus Green Bay this week?
Man.
Well, here's how you can do it, man. Send Woodward Sports your best Dan Campbell impersonation on Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram. Use hashtag Woodward Front Row, and we will select 3 lucky winners to win a pair of front row tickets to the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Man. Oh. This isn't funny anymore.
No, it's not. I could tell your spirit's being slowly crushed.
It's not that. It is.
I think you've had enough. You've had enough.
And
rightfully so.
You can't justify losing at the rate this football team is. You can't justify it. I don't care whether it's the refs, the defense, my mother. I don't care whose fault it is. Drives me nuts. But you know what doesn't drive me nuts? The Pistons. God bless them. Last night, you were at the game.
I was.
Walk me through it.
Last night, it was entertaining, honestly. Packed house. All the stars were there. Jalen Rose, Jalen and Jacoby were there. E40. I mean, they had a lot of guys down there. Jonas Jerebko was there alongside Tom Izzo was there as well. A lot of guys that were at the game. I wanted to go see the game. Went there right after the Lions game. I was in Detroit most of the day. And my God, defensively, yes, they gave up 114. It's something that they've struggled with. But offensively, they played their best game. I mean, so far, everybody in the starting lineup, at least 4, you could say, scored more than 20 points. Jaden Ivey had 15, played 31 minutes. I think he's still kind of coming back from that flu. But overall, Adam, there's not too much you can complain about. I mean, Sadiq Bey had the performance we've all been looking for, 28 points. But it's not just that. It's the complete game he had, the highest plus-minus on the team. He got to the free throw line. He's more aggressive. And Isaiah Stewart might have had a career game as well, 24 and 13. And then we could talk about Cade. I mean, the guy's – what else do I got to say about him? I mean, he's putting up – I said he'd put up 22, 6, and 6. He's pretty much on track, 22, 6, and 6. If the Pistons were winning more games, he'd definitely be in the conversation to be an all-star. I mean, he had 30 points against the Hawks on Friday at the half. I was there as well. It was a terrific performance. But the overall thing is as much you could take away is what they did defensively. The Warriors shot 30% from 3. And, again, they struggled from the field. But overall, the fact that the Detroit Pistons were able to be aggressive, get to the free throw line, they shot 34 free throws, or excuse me, 38, made 34 of them. That's something that stood out to me, is getting to the free throw line, being consistent. They had a 37-point third quarter. And to beat the champs, this is the flash we want to see, all right? You're 1-5. You're at home. Again, it's in the teal. Duren goes down with an ankle injury, so hopefully he's all right. Not a good thing. Never a good thing. But you beat the champs. You beat a Warriors team that's been struggling so far. They're 0-3 on the road, so they have been struggling. But it's a good thing. This is the flash. Now, we talked about this. There's going to be moments where, like this, you beat the champs. Great. There might be moments where you lose to a team you probably should have beat. That's just the reality with this team. Very young. A lot of things they're going to have to overcome. But defensively, that's something they haven't grasped yet. And not having Bagley, Burks, and now with Duren going down, it's not going to get better anytime soon. Hopefully, sooner than later, you can get Bagley back. Burks can get back. You need size, especially with Bagley, and I think he's trending in the right direction. He should be playing very soon. But it was a great thing, Adam, to see. I mean, just to see this team step up against the Warriors. Bojan Bogdanovic, have to bring this up as well, got an extension. That's a round of applause right there. Shout out to Bojan. He'll be in Detroit for the next 2 years. I think that's the most they could have offered him, a 2-year deal after they traded for him this offseason. I love that move, by the way. You get a guy who's a veteran, consistent. He was 3 for 6 from 3 last night, 21 points. He's the Pistons' leading scorer. Again, Troy Weaver, saw him at the game, saw Ashton as well. Shout out to Ashton, the trainer. Got to see a lot of people down at the game, and it was just a great event, Adam. I mean, honestly, to go there and watch the Pistons do what they did, there's nothing else you can say. I mean, and you know what? I have to point this out, too. Little gem before I hand it off to you. Corey Joseph played 5 minutes. Kevin Knox didn't play at all. Maybe we can keep it that way. But overall, it's a great performance by the Detroit Pistons.
I love it. I love it. Well, look, let's go to the people. Everyone at woodwardsports.com and the Woodward Sports chat. Type in your questions. Let's get to Mailbag. All of your questions will be answered coming up in just a bit. So make sure you drop them in the chat. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, tell them or yourself to head to thesportsma.com.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram. Using hashtag #WoodwardFrontRow, we'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got 1 toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
If you want to be like Jared Goff on Sunday, throwing for over 300 yards, you check out Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck because it's the home of the original football bowling game. 2 to play for $12, unlimited open play, or you can pay $120 for a lane reservation for up to 10 people. $2 mystery beer machine, full bar. Check it all out, FullingWarehouse.com. Uh-oh.
2 years, man. 2 years. 2 years. You just keep doing whatever, you make a few changes, and it works.
That's all it is.
Swear to God.
He'll be here next year, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. Morning
up.
Woodward Show, live over at WoodwardSports.com. Everybody in the Woodward Sports chat, get your questions in. Jeff and I will answer them. We'll start with my favorite question of the day. Adam, what more do you need to see out of Dan Campbell to give him more time? I don't know. I don't know what I need to see. I really don't.
You're out of options. There's nothing else.
I told you guys last year by November this year
game,
I would make a decision on Dan. I think he's a turd. That's not changing. He'll be here next year. That's not changing either. God bless him. He'll be fired next year, and then he'll be crying to me on a Monday morning. Oh, well, we wasted a whole nother year. It's okay. Adam, what's more disappointing, Lions season or Michigan State season? Lions season.
Lions
I'm sorry.
by far.
Sorry. Falcons were projected to win 5 games. They're already winning 4. Giants were expected to win 6. They're already 6-2. Jets expected to win 5. They've already won 5. And then your team is sitting there projected to win 6 alongside those teams, and you're 1-6. There's no excuse for it. 2-10 one-possession games. 0-10-1, or excuse me, 0-11-1 on road games. Haven't even won a road game. I don't even know what winning a road game looks like anymore. I forget.
I got to go to this comment too, WoodwardSports.com. Max Mayer. Mailbag. Are you guys done with Swift? Man hasn't made an impact to the game since September. I think people are so quick to forget the impact DeAndre Swift has. I mean, you go back last year and early this season. That man was the reason why this
doesn't translate to wins.
No, I don't care. This is a guy who's coming back from an injury. If you're going to say off one performance he's not it, I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. It really is.
The Bills,
now, if he needs more help, that's one
the Bills
thing,
and the Eagles were rumored to be going after Alvin Kamara. I think you consider shopping DeAndre Swift.
Nah,
if you can get a second-round pick after it, you take it and run.
Or if you let him leave, you get a third-round compensatory pick. You let him play. I'm not doing that, man. Hell no.
Hell, I would give up a first-round pick to get rid of Dan Campbell right now. Anybody want to take him? Yes. I'll give away the number 1 overall pick.
Now we're talking. Nah, I like what you're talking.
Oh God.
Yeah,
God.
I'm not trained.
You know what's funny?
What?
Is at the end of the day, look, I can come up with 7 excuses on why they lost, whether it was penalties, whether it was freaking Amani Oruwariye lining up all the way over here. Like I can give you all the reasons.
Yeah.
I can give you a Taylor Decker, a veteran, jumping a false start twice on a drive where you were trying to keep it a 2-possession game. I can point out a lot of people. But you know who's responsible at the end of the day? Head coach. Sorry. I know you guys don't like that. I know you don't. I know you don't. Hutchinson had a great game with his half tackle. He played great. I love him.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we're over here acting like respectable people, and that's because of Chad Johnson. All right, you hold the man who's in charge accountable, and that's Dan Campbell. No question about it.
Don't y'all think we'd be better drafting a quarterback in the second or third round?
No.
If
you're gonna take a
are we on the
quarterback-
same page?
Yes. Yes.
That pick
we
right
talked
now,
about
where
this.
it stands today.
Yeah, it's
you take a
quarterback.
quarterback, yes or no?
You do.
Who you prefer? I don't care right now. We're not going to do mock draft.
We're saving
season.
that. We're saving
I could care less right now.
Yep.
But do we agree it's a quarterback?
Yeah.
Cool. Do we agree with the second first-round pick?
a defense.
You likely go after an interior lineman
Or a linebacker.
Or a linebacker?
No
yes,
question.
you do.
No question.
Okay, cool. Then we're all on the same page. Is this a complete football team? Is this a football team that should be winning the North? Let's say winning a playoff game? No, right now it isn't.
Right.
But it is a team that should be winning 6-7 games.
That's
And
all-
it's not.
That's all we asked for.
It's winning 1 through 7. Do you realistically think they're going to finish the year 6-3?
Hold on.
And finish the year 7-2?
No.
All right,
A-
so we're
Alex-
just moving the
Alex, turn on your camera right now.
pins to the right.
Alex, turn on your camera right now.
Hold on, go to the backside here.
What is going on in the
I
TD?
think we have some
Okay, fish,
bit of wind in the movement.
buddy.
So
Grab your stuff and go to your booth.
if you want to take that wind out,
Buddy,
he's dressed.
go to your booth.
Are you a caddy?
Are you a caddy?
so take that.
Fish, I need you on the mic, you jackass. Go to your booth. Go to your booth. I need you on the mic, you jackass.
He's gotta tell me what he's doing.
What the hell, fish? Are you? Did you just put that on?
So like here you got the wind going to the west.
I swear to God.
Let's see here. So you
I
can go
swear to
6
God,
on.
I'm dying for one of two reasons. The Lions and
Want 6
fish.
on? You can go 7 if you want.
What the?
Fish.
Fish.
What is that in your hand? 7-iron?
It's an 8.
It's an 8?
You want to hit an 8 iron?
I could use an 8-iron right now.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to stand here so I can hit you with it?
hit you. Sure, I'm fine with that.
Fish.
You want an 8 iron?
Fish, come
No,
up
I'm
here.
good, buddy.
Fish, come up here.
Come up here, buddy. Go.
What the
Jeff
hell is
wants
it?
it.
8 iron?
What? the-
Here.
Stand over here.
What?
All right, buddy. We're on hole 4. It's a par 3. Par 3. It's a par 3 183. So I'm gonna need my 7-iron.
Fish threw this
This is
on,
an 8.
guys.
I need my 7. Go
This
grab
guy
me a
was in the
7-iron.
booth, and now he's a caddy.
Give me a second. Me and Fish are trying to figure this out. Par 3 183. I need a 7-iron.
Wow.
You can't hit a 7-iron that far.
Yeah, you
He
can.
has his clubs.
What's wrong with you?
He's got.
You don't hit your 7-iron 180?
No.
How?
But you can't either.
Okay, buddy.
I think you can.
Fish.
All right.
I'm like, where was this stuff at? You had the clubs. You have it. It says Fisher on the back.
Thank you. Is that my tee?
Wait. Turn around. Turn around. Where? What?
Can we zoom in on this? Can we zoom in on
Hold
this?
on.
Fish. What?
Fish, just stay like that. This is awesome. Scottsdale TPC. God bless you, Fish. So this is what you dressed up for Halloween as? Look at this stud. This is the greatest Halloween. Why didn't you wear it the whole show? This is amazing. You win best costume. Yeah, 100%. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Great job, buddy. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Man, I love this comment. Yo, Blue, just hit him with an MSU helmet that's usually on the desk. Apparently, that's not a crime. You can blame Fish for being back there.
Fish, can you wear that helmet and I hit you with a 7-iron?
This one right here?
That is a Lions helmet.
You can put him down. I'm kidding. I'm joking with you.
Fish,
you're
get the-
good.
get the state
All right,
helmet.
where? YOLO. All right. Now he's a losing caddy. Congratulations, buddy. You're a losing caddy. All right. Let's wrap up. We're out of here. Fish, go back to your booth. Take your clubs with you too.
By the way, before we go,
Yeah. Go for it.
no one's victim blaming.
Leave it alone, Jeff.
It's
People are going to say
hilarious.
what they're going to say.
It's hilarious.
Who cares?
It
Who
really
cares?
is.
You guys watching Tennessee, Georgia on Saturday? Absolutely, Jack. Going to be a great game. Going to be a great game. All right, we're out of here. You all have a great rest of your Monday. Tomorrow we'll come back. We'll talk some DeAndre Swift, Dan Campbell. Anthony Broom will be on from the Wolverine.com. I can't wait to talk to him about what happened on Saturday.
He's logical.
I'm looking forward to that conversation. Jack. John Macaroon tomorrow, 8:15 sharp in the morning. Make sure you're here. Can't wait to talk to John about the game. Can't wait to talk to him about his interaction with Dan Campbell post-game. That should all be fun. Fish, God bless you. You have a great rest of your day. All of you, we'll see you tomorrow.